Hiya. It's amazing that you are here on my channel. Welcome. If you're watching this channel, kindly subscribe, share, and like. Put on your notifications so that whenever I load videos, you can get it right away. Well, this is beautiful. It is nice. Happy New Year. It's a beautiful time we are together, on my platform. It's just going to be a very lovely time together, educating people and sharing from my personal experiences, also reviewing products and digital products and materials that will be of help, of usefulness to you. For me, I just found recently that a lot of people have been having problems with debts, the last 2 weeks, I've had like 20 people, consulted me. They wanted to know how they can get out of their debts, credit card debts, and the rest of it. This has really affected a lot of people psychologically and emotionally. When people find themselves in such situations, they tend to lose concentration, they lose their happiness, their joy. It affects a lot of people, even in their union, their relationship at work. So, because of this problem, which is a global problem, I decided to research and I found a beautiful book online. And it's a book I just want to, give you a short review about the book. Then you can go to the link to the description. There'll be a link in the description where you can then go and download the book. I think it's on Gumroad or I saw it on Stan Store. Yeah, so it's a beautiful book that would help you. There's a lot of knowledge there. There's a lot of content in it. That book has kind of helped a lot of people get out of debt, and it's just got a lot of information in it. It's something I bought myself, and let me just take you guys through the 10 chapters of the book. The first chapter of that book talked about understanding your debt landscape. And it basically talks about identifying types of debts, the credit card, loans, mortgages, calculating total debt and debt to income ratio, prioritizing debts based on urgency and interest rates. And, it's also the first chapter laid emphasis on tips and strategies, which is using a debt repayment calculator to visualize your progress, considering a debt management plan, the DMP for credit card debt. Then it went on to the second chapter that I found very interesting, creating a debt repayment budget. That's a problem a lot of people don't know. When people find themselves in this kind of situation, they just get fed up, they're confused. But according to the second chapter of this book, it laid emphasis on creating a debt repayment budget, which is assessing your income and expenses, allocating funds for debt repayment, adjusting spending habits to free up more money. Then the tips and strategies using the 50-30-20 rule to allocate income, considering a budgeting app like Mint, or you need a budget a plan, So a lot of people really don't know how to assess their income and the expenses. They don't know how to allocate funds for the debt repayment. People don't know how to cut down their spending habits, and this is a big problem. So the second chapter of this book, actually the title of the book is 10 Simple Ways to Pay Off Debt Faster Than You Thought Possible. So that's a beautiful book. I bought it myself, So the third chapter talked about, the chapter 3 is debt snowball method, paying off smaller debts first. That talks about understanding the debt snowball concept, listing debts from smallest to the largest, paying minimum payments on all debts except the smallest. Then under the tips and strategy, it talked about using a debt snowball worksheet, to help your progress, If you have a worksheet, if you have a lot of credit card debt, for example, having a snowball worksheet would really, really help you check your progress out. Then consider a debt snowflaking approach for small irregular payments. Then the fourth chapter is debt avalanche method, tackling high interest debt first. when people get into debt, they are confused. Like I said earlier, they don't know what next to do or what first to do. So according to this fourth chapter, I talked about tackling the high interest debt first, understanding the debt avalanche concept, listing debts from highest to lowest interest rates, paying minimum payments on all debts except the ones with the highest interest rates. Then the tips and strategies would be to use a debt avalanche calculator to compare interest rates. Consider consolidating high interest debts into a lower interest loan. Then the fifth chapter, very interesting. At this point, I was like, this is beautiful. By the time I downloaded the book, I read the first chapter, the second chapter, then I dropped it. Then I came back from work, picked it up again, did second, third chapter, then I dropped it because I had a lot to do. Then finally came back. I think the second day I came back and picked up the book again, and it was the fifth chapter, which is the debt consolidation, simplifying your debt repayment. This is very, very important, learning how to simplify your debt repayment, which simply means understanding debt consolidation options like taking loans, balance transfer, credit cards, calculating the benefits of consolidation, which is lowering the interest rates and simplified payments, avoiding consolidation pitfalls such as fees, longer repayment periods. The tips and strategies suggested by the book is compare consolidation options using a debt consolidation calculator, consider a balance transfer credit card with a 0% introductory APR. That's very important, Always consider a balance transfer credit card with a 0% introductory APR. And the sixth chapter is negotiating with creditors, reducing interest rates and fees. When you find yourself into this kind of situation, which is debt, it's always wise to look into negotiating with the creditors, which is understanding creditor negotiation options, preparing for creditors' calls, knowing your rights, having a plan, negotiating interest rate reduction, fee waivers and settlement offers. The tips and strategies suggested by this book is use a creditor negotiation script to stay on track. Consider working with a credit counselor or debt management company. They've come useful in an instance in the past where I had to deal with a credit card accrued debt, So the seventh chapter is using the power of bi-weekly payments. When we use the power of bi-weekly payments, that's a quicker and faster way of paying up your credit card debt without even noticing. The seventh chapter suggested understanding the benefits of bi-weekly payments, which helps to reduce the interest faster, calculating the impact of bi-weekly repayment on debt repayment, implementing a bi-weekly payment plan. These are strategies that are really good. Using a bi-weekly payment calculator to visualize the benefits, and considering setting up an automatic bi-weekly payments, which helps to quickly pay off the debt. Now, the eighth chapter of the book is leveraging windfalls, using extra funds for debt repayment. This is identifying windfall sources such as tax refunds, bonuses, inheritance, and allocating windfalls towards debt repayment, avoiding lifestyle inflation, and staying committed to debt repayment. The tips and strategies are: use a windfall allocation worksheet to prioritize debt repayment. Consider setting up a separate debt repayment fund for windfall. These are very, very important chapters and topics to really read and implement this into your debt repayment situation. The ninth chapter is maintaining motivation and avoiding burnouts, which is understanding the emotional toll of debt repayment, celebrating small victories and milestones, finding accountability and support. It's a beautiful thing when Soon as you start making progress in the repayment plan, it's good once in a while to celebrate it. If you have a partner or someone close, talk about it and encourage yourself. Stick to the plan, the repayment plan or strategies that you already have, written down in your sheet, and follow it up weekly with the bi-weekly method or concept. The tips and strategies are: use a debt repayment tracker to visualize progress, consider joining a debt repayment community, or find an accountability partner. Then the last chapter of the book is staying debt free for life, long-term strategies for financial freedom. I think this is what is very important. Most important is we building the ability to live a debt-free lifestyle, long-term strategy. It's something we should embrace and collaborate in our lifetime. We should work towards understanding the importance of emergency funds and savings, building multiple income streams and diversifying investments, avoiding lifestyle inflation, and staying committed to long-term financial goals. Then the tips and strategies for the 10 chapters are: use a long-term financial planning worksheet to set goals and track progress. Consider working with a financial advisor or planner to create a customized plan. So those are the 10 chapters of this book, and like I said, it's amazing. Is taking control of your debt begins with a clear understanding of your financial situation. Just like a map helps you to navigate unfamiliar terrain, a comprehensive picture of your debt landscape will guide you through the repayment process. This book will help you understand a lot, help you explore the essential steps to assess your debt, identifying areas of improvement, and set the stage for a successful debt repayment journey. To get this book, there's a link down in the description where you could go on to download the book. It's affordable. It's a beautiful book. I think it's a book everyone should have. Everyone should buy it. Every business, every company should have it. It's a wonderful book. I've read it. It's titled 10 Simple Ways to Pay Off Debt Faster Than You Thought Possible. That's a book everyone should have. Well, share this video, put on your notifications, watch out for my next videos. God bless you, and I wish you the best in life. I wish that your financial situation get better, and that you will live a debt-free lifestyle and then retire into prosperity, into beautiful projects that you can establish now, and over the passage of time grow into something that will sustain you, and enough to even keep for your children. I'm out here. God bless you. Have a wonderful time. It's your boy.